Yeah, just like that. Good job. This one kind of dope too, cause you can't. It's like a reflection. You feel me? You can't really see all of that. Yeah, we had 5.5s, man. It was good work. It's our second one this week. We've been going crazy. When I tell you 10, we've been going crazy. Like
Champ camp.
Yeah.
Champ camp. We finna come into January and letting them know who the best 45 and 55 in North Carolina is for sure.
We only been in camp. This is only our second week in camp, but it's the best one we done had so far. It's everything.
And and we had some really, really, really savage camps, so that says a lot. We're not playing this. Yeah. This camp is gonna be the best one, hands down.
That's amazing. How many cars have y'all been on together?
None. Well,
this is the first.
This is our first one on together that's kind of funny as
teammates.
A teammate. As teammates,
we was fighting before, and we fought on the same car, but we were just friends.
Yeah.
It was
right.
cool, but as teammates, it's our first time, so.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
It's gonna be good energy in the building for sure.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It has all kind of different elements to it, man. People don't even think about,
And then Soto get the 2-belt pose.
Oh man, that's gonna be amazing.
That's epic.
I gotta.
That's monumental right there.
I gotta come in with the 2 belt. So as soon as I come in, because Loke's gonna fight after me.
Okay.
He's gonna be co-main probably. I gotta come in with the 2 belts after round fight. That way he's just like, okay. Exactly. Ain't no way I can lose now.
Ain't no way.
I can't even make it close.
Ain't no way.
Man.
Hey, we can't even go to decision.
Nah.
I feel you. So who you guys fighting January 31st?
I'm fighting.
Joe Huggins.
Yeah, I'm fighting. I don't know. I've been thinking about dude every day. I don't know why I couldn't. But now I'm fighting Joseph Huggins. He's a good fighter, tough fighter. We're supposed to do this twice. We're supposed to do this twice already.
He's game. He's definitely well.
Yeah, no, he's a well-rounded fighter. Tough, strong kid. Like I said, we're supposed to fight twice already, but he's ranked. I think he's ranked 10th in the Southeast, and a little higher in Virginia. So he's
game.
Tough guy. I plan on running right through him, man.
I feel you. What about you, Elias?
I'm fighting Thomas Blair. Thomas is Spartacus. I want to say he's the first 145, if not 145, 135 champion. So he's been out there killing things since like 2012.
Oh wow!
So he's also been enlisted in the Hall of Fame in Spartacus. I think he's one of the 2. I think it's only 2 people. So it's gonna be a pretty good fight. You know me. I like to take those risks. You take the risk to lose the opportunity. I'm ready to get in there though. This is his 8th pro fight. This is my 2nd one. So here it is again. Me taking a big step up, but I'm coming to finish him. 7 minutes tops.
7 minutes tops. That's amazing. So okay, both of y'all are champions. Before y'all were champions, okay, do you feel like that there's a difference of mindsets going into training camps, going into fights after you become champions?
Most definitely. I always thought I was a champion before I had a belt anyway, but it's different when you got pressure on you, when you got eyes on you, when you got expectations. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's a lot of people now. And then especially when you like us, we like to say that we're number 1 and stuff. You got to go out there and back it up. So yeah, it's a different look inside the camp when you got to go in there and you're a champion and you can lose your belt.
Yeah.
You can start over basically. So to me, yeah, for sure.
But I feel you, with all that pressure though, it's like, I feel like, and I'm not sure if it's like this in UFC or MMA, but in boxing, it's like once you get that L, right? Everybody, they feel like they kind of disrespect you. But all the greats have taken L's. Now, why is that?
Let me tell you, it's funny. I can only speak for myself, right? But it's funny, like when you take an L, people get it misconstrued. This MMA game is so short memory and it's so night and day. So it's like, it's good too because you can come up in a day. In one night, you can come up and you can go from just being some regular fighter to feeling like the man, but exactly. But for me, for example, I took an L before my last fight and people was looking at me like all of a sudden now everybody want to accept fights. Now everybody wants to fight. Now everybody doesn't think you that tough, this, that. When really you the same fighter, you just had maybe a bad night. There's all kind of excuses anybody can make for any performance, but it don't matter. None of that stuff matters. And then you go in there the next time, and it's a rude awakening when they realize, oh, nah, he is what I thought he was.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you're right, though. You're completely right. Like, in this MMA game, you take an L, and then it's almost a blessing in disguise because then it's like, well, it take that pressure off of like, man, I gotta try to find fights. I gotta do all this. You know how that is, like.
For sure.
Yeah, look, like
Finding fights is tough for you at times.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Like here it is. I was when I was going into my professional debut, I was fighting a dude. You know, going into his 6th pro fight. Here it is, my 2nd pro fight. I'm fighting a dude going into his 8th pro fight.
In the Hall of Fame, the Spartacus Hall of Fame.
And the chances of me getting to 0-0 is 0. I've literally probably personally DM'd every fighter around those areas. Like so, yeah, it's very hard for me to have a fight. That's why last year I went from being the most consistent fighter in North Carolina, fighting 4 times in 6 months, to not fighting a whole year. You know what I'm saying? One fight in a whole year because of pull out. Like I pulled out 7 times. 7 times last year alone.
That's crazy.
But, you know, it's 2020. We starting off January with a bang. I'm grateful. I'm just ready to get in there. So, but yeah, we definitely go through those problems. Every time you have a vicious KO, a great performance, you get those people that don't want to fight. And then you get those guys that do want to fight. It's just rare.
I feel you.
It plays a part.
I feel you. So recently there was a boxing match. It was Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz Jr. And I was rooting for Ruiz because Ruiz is the American. He's the first Mexican-American heavyweight champion. And to me, you know, he made the excuse. I'm not going to lie to you. He kind of made the excuse of, I was like, I was partying too much. You know what I mean? And it's like, do you feel like once you get to that success, you know, like Deontay Wilder said, Thomas Hitman, I think it was Thomas Hitman Hearn said, once you get them silk sheets, Hagler. It was Marvin Hagler. He said, once you get them silk sheets, it's hard to get up in the morning.
It's different. It's different for like the normal person. You know, that's just that. The normal person, that's just instinct. You know, that's just human nature. You comfortable, you're not gonna work as hard. It's not even gotta be fighting. You know, if you're a great salesperson and then boom, you make millions of dollars. You know,
your urge isn't the same.
Yeah, you may go to work one day and be like, oh, you know what? Never mind. I'll let him have this sale because I'm good. So that is true, but that's why it's a constant reminder for young dudes like us, like, you know, because we're on the come up. Our coach is constantly putting that in our ear, like y'all ain't far away from the money. You know, you got to remember that and you got to make sure you don't change. You get people that do that, like Andy Ruiz, which granted he could bounce back.
Oh,
like,
for
you know,
sure. Facts.
It's just like I said, he had a bad night.
He has 2 losses. That's it.
But then you look at Anthony Joshua, which a lot of people don't consider him this way. Anthony Joshua's been waking up with silk seats for years now. He
That's
made
a good point.
$75 million for that fight, and you see how hard he trained.
That's
so
a
it's
very
just
good
really
point.
on the person.
It's just really the person.
I feel
it's all
you.
about the person. But I definitely do think that it plays a part too, for sure. When you're working and you're doing everything you can to be comfortable in life, and then you get to the point where you are comfortable. Same thing happened to McGregor. And a lot of people counted him out. You know, he made $100 million. You know, so you got to be very strong-minded and passionate to make $100 million and still want to keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? And really go through the whole camp and not just chill at your house. So I think it plays a part. We'll see what it does. But I think it definitely does play a part. And you know, when you don't got same thing like you want the belt. When you got that drive, I remember wanting the belt and trying so hard chasing the belt. And then when you get the belt, it's kind of like, you know, it's a relaxing thing. So you got to remind yourself and refocus and rediscipline yourself and keep going.
I feel you.
That's like for me. That's why I feel blessed because, you know, I got the belt, but I don't feel like I still, and this might just be me getting in my own head, but I still feel like I'm not getting the respect I deserve. Right. You know, that's how I feel in my heart. You know, and people might call me crazy. Like, what are you talking about? In my head, every single day, I tell myself like, you know, I'm not getting the respect I deserve. I'm not getting the recognition. I'm not getting the praise, none of that. You know, I still feel like I got so much to prove. I feel like I'm coming in this fight as a challenger in a way.
Wow.
Not because I consider him a champion or the champion, but I don't look at myself as like, oh, I'm the champion, I've been here. No, like, I want to come and steal the show. Like, you know, I still feel like I have too much to prove. You know?
I mean, that's what makes you hungry. I mean, that's what keep a fighter keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And he motivates me because he coming to steal the show, but I'm on the show.
I saw the way you were looking. I saw the way you were looking.
We get knockout of the night for sure. Performance of the night, knockout of the night is coming home with us. No fight of the night. Fight of the night sound like we went back and forth. It will not be no back and forth fight coming January. We're coming to drop bombs and we're gonna be sharp, fast, explosive, and everything in between. So man, I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a packed card too.
Yeah.
Jimmy Particle did a great job. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to SFL. Man, they do a great job. Shout out to the whole Spartica Fight League staff. Yeah. They do a great job. They're very professional. They treat all their fighters great, and it's a packed show. He has all of the up and coming great talent from North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, all of these areas. So I'm just glad to be on it. You know what I'm saying? Getting a good spot. You know, so I think Mitch is the main event. Yeah. So it's a lot. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a great night, and we coming to KO.
I believe that.
Or submit.
It's finishes, man.
Finishes.
Yeah. That's
period.
amazing.
That's what we're coming to do. Nothing in between. We'll not go to decision.
Yeah.
Even if he dominates this person in 3 rounds, if he dominates him with a decision, we disappointed.
Yeah.
Wow.
We coming to finish.
Said he ain't gonna look at me the same. Dang, so I thought you wanted to be a champion.
We really train way too hard. We really put in overtime. You know what I'm saying? Nobody taking no disrespect to our opponents, because I do not know.
Oh yeah.
No disrespect to our opponents.
Just walk and talk.
We don't just take the 5:30 kickboxing class. As you can see, it's 8 in the morning and we've been here. You know, we really working. You know, we really doing overtime. We're really eating healthy. The whole 9. It's a lifestyle, not just temporary thing. So it's gonna be a great night for us. I promise.
I feel you. So speaking on that, like, you know, it's Christmas time. It's holiday season. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how does training camp mix well with like the holiday season? Like, how do you guys handle that?
Yeah, it's
exciting to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, pressure is good.
Okay.
Being under pressure is good. It's an exciting thing to me, even though through the holidays and everything, when you know you have to be disciplined, you know it's somebody training for you, you know, it puts you in a certain path. So I think it doesn't bother me too much.
I like it, man, because it's just, to me, it's just extra attention, you know, extra eyes, and it may not even be purposeful, but it's the holiday spirit, you know. It's the holiday spirit. You know, people are off of work, people are off of school, whatever, and so everything is just up, man. You know.
Yeah.
You know, for me personally, this is all I got. You know, so I really don't think about none of that, like, oh, this holiday or not. I have to do this. You know, I got to do this, and I got to be impressive.
Yeah.
You know, so any little added bonus, like, oh, it's New Year's, oh, it's Christmas, you know, it's just more motivation, man.
Part of the game.
It ain't.
Part of the game.
Fighters. I feel you.
Fighting ain't a season, it's year round. It's a lifetime. So
y'all already gone Christmas shopping and everything for the kids or something?
A little bit. I still got more to come for sure. I got a lot of people I gotta get gifts for. So
I feel you, man. It's crazy for me.
A lot to do.
I feel you. I feel you.
You know, the fight's January though, end of January, so we got a little time to you know chill, relax with the family. You know, have the New Year come in, and you know, end the January month with the bang. So we got time.
I got a question for you guys. I've been kind of curious about this. I'm not sure if I asked this before, but how did you guys meet Rob and become a part of the fitness experience? Coach Rob.
Well,
Rob Nelson.
Our experience is way different. I'll tell mine first. Well, he was here way before me, but I met Coach really like we said, we fought on a card together, and they were just always especially Elias mainly. It was just always real just love from the beginning. You know, even though I wasn't out of this gym, you know, I was living in Wilmington at the time, and basically, long story short, you know, I had a tough fight, and they had talked to me about it before, like, hey man, you should come to our gym, you know, just check us out. And I had a tough fight. I lost a title fight, and you know, he just reached out, and you know, everybody else, nobody's really saying nothing to you. You know, everybody wants to be with the winner, but he reached out to me, which he had a fight coming up too. He reached out to me and was like, hey man, just, you know, don't even worry about it. Just come to our gym, man. And everything else will figure it out.
I knew he had everything he needed. You know what I'm saying? I knew he had everything he needed. He just had some spots he needed to touch up, and as you can see, you know, now he's a champion. So I guess that's his path. Yeah. I met Coach Rob. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I was already a kickboxing champion, and when I moved here, I had a friend tell me about this gym and a bunch of great fighters. So I was in high school, so I was like, all right, cool. Just moving here, met Coach Rob. You know, we worked, and I've been to a lot of other gyms in the area and all over the world. This is hands down the best gym. You know, our facility has everything we need. We have champions. We take time with each other, and I have the best coach, Coach Rob, and my coach Brad, and they really care about me. So that's just how it happened. They've kept me out of trouble, and they've kept me here, and we've been dominating, going on 6 years almost. So
Wow.
we just keep it going. And now we got my brother Soto, who's also a champion, and plenty of other people that's coming up. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I got a last question for you guys.
Yes,
So
sir.
both of you guys are champions. Both of you guys are going to have long careers in the UFC. For y'all sons, both of you guys have sons.
Yeah.
Would you want your children to be in the same profession as you?
First, or
Yeah, I can go first. That's a tricky one. It's tough for me because regardless of whether my son fights competitively or
you
not,
don't know it.
he's gonna know it. You know,
Sure.
like one of my biggest regrets is because I've become such a good boxer. You know, and not to toot my own horn, but that just, you know, especially for MMA, not you know. It's for MMA. I've become such a good boxer that I know, wow, if I would have been doing this since I was 5, 6 years old, man, maybe I wouldn't be doing MMA. Maybe I would be a professional boxer now, you know. So, and then also with my wrestling, I started, you know, pretty young. And so regardless, my son, just because I feel like it'll be a great thing for him to know is how to throw his hands. I'm gonna start him in boxing first, and then the wrestling when he's a little bit older. And even if he never fights a day, and if he never does a competitive fight a day in his life, he will know how to defend himself.
Wow.
You know, and so,
Yeah.
but you know, I just being honest, this life ain't for everyone. And, you know, my son's young, and he is my seed, but he's young, and you know, maybe he'll lead a much better and smoother and life. Maybe won't be, you know, knucklehead like me, and won't feel like he has to fight, you know. But regardless, he's gonna be equipped with the skills if one day he want to step in there. So, and I'll be right there 100% of the way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I 100% agree with Soto. I really don't want my son to fight, but already, you know, my son is more blessed than I am. He's already in a better situation than I was growing up, and you know, now it's coaches that's already ready to train him and excited to train him. So, you know, he doesn't have to pay and go through the things that I went through. So I'm sure he'll be a great fighter, but I wouldn't want him to do it. If he chooses to do it, of course I'm behind it 100%. I do it. I love it. My dad loves it, you know, but I wouldn't want him to do it. I knew what I wanted to do. This was my dream, and this is why I do it. I was 10 years old. I got my first fight. I was 12 years old in kickboxing. You know what I'm saying? So, but for him, hopefully our situation is a lot better, and he can do anything he want to do. But I agree with my brother, so it's gonna be exactly the same. He's gonna be probably one of the best. If he chooses to do it, he'll do it. If not, then he doesn't have to.
Because of the health factors and everything with the sport
It's a rough game. It's a rough
man.
game. No matter how much we love it, nobody's meant to be punched and kicked every day. You know what I'm saying? So if he doesn't have to do it, you know, and I'm sure I'll branch off in the future and do movies and open gyms and all types of things like that too. So he'll have other avenues. So, but if he chooses to, because I love it. If it was no money at all in it, I would still fight. I would still like
That's
if it was
amazing.
$0 in it, I still would be the guy that's preparing for a fight and going in that cage and fighting.
Absolutely.
It's literally not about the money for me. That's just a big plus that I could change my lifestyle and my future and my family's name through the money and through this career. But I like to fight. Win, lose, or draw. I like to get in there, and I like the process of it. So
I don't even consider it like, when I think of like, oh, I don't want my son to fight, I don't even think of like, oh, because of health reasons or I'm scared of him getting hurt. It's just a tough life, man. It's rough. It's not for everybody. It's you know, it sound even the people on the outside looking in, they say like, oh yeah, man, them dudes are day in, day out. They don't really realize like it's every single day. You know, the physical
Discipline.
and the mental
sacrifice.
pressure.
I know.
That
It's
you
crazy.
put on yourself just to go in there for one night, you know. And so, but it's a beautiful thing. Bro.
It is, and you also have to remember, we make it look easy and we make it look fun and we make it look, you know what I'm saying, like it's something. But you also have to look at the negative parts too. Like, what about the guy we're fighting? What about the guy who's also did the same sacrifice in the same camp? You know what I'm saying? Who's also took away from his family and goes out there and suffers from a knockout or gets choked or gets his arm broke. You know what I'm saying? So you also have to think about those possibilities, and I'll make sure my kid knows that too. Just because you're great and you can achieve great things through it doesn't mean it can always happen like that. There's been many people that's died in this sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely boxing.
Definitely
Recently,
boxing. There's a lot of guys that have literally lost years of their life.
Wow.
Even if it doesn't show right then due to the sport. So for me, I'm trying to be the guy that's doing the elbowing and kicking and not getting elbowed and kicked, but it's a rough sport. It's a rough sport, and the possibilities, that's what also motivates you to train even harder, because you don't want to be that guy that goes out there and it has it done to you. So for me, I wouldn't want my son to do it, no, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna love it just like me and my family.
And our sons are like handsome, you know what I mean? Our sons are like handsome. If my son turned 10 and was like, I want to fight, I'd be like, why?
Like,
yeah,
dude,
like why?
Come on, man. like
bro.
that's how my mom was with me. She, why? You know what I'm saying? So, like, as a parent, it's different.
Yeah.
As a parent, it's different, you know, because that's our kid. So,
Yeah.
if it was another kid out here, maybe, you know, we'll just train him hard, and if that's what he want to do, yeah, I really 100% don't know how I feel about the situation just yet.
Like we would probably rather train each other's son. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's different when it's your kid.
It's different when it's your kid. I can't imagine somebody hitting my son right now. So
Yeah.
it's gonna take some time for me to grow as a father and accept a lot of things first.
I feel
right now,
you step in the ring.
Right now, all right. So
I feel you on that.
it's a crazy sport though, man. But we're blessed. We're blessed because we've been in this sport, man. I haven't bled in the fight since like 2014.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm blessed. I'm trying to keep it like that.
I feel you.